To reflect on the theme, God speaks to us through the prophets. And so let's look at the prophets in today's readings. In our first reading, Ahaz, the king of Judah, was in fear and trembling because the kings of Aram and the king of Israel are attacking Judah. And so God sent the prophet Isaiah to encourage them, to give them hope, saying, "Take care, you remain tranquil, do not fear, let your courage not fail." But after encouraging King Ahaz, if we move forward in our story, Ahaz did not believe. Instead, he asked the prophet Isaiah for a sign. And so the story ended with Judah conquered by Israel and Aram. In our gospel reading today, Jesus was a prophet to the cities, to the towns of Chorazin, Bethsaida, and Capernaum. It was in these three towns that Jesus performed a lot of miracles. Jesus taught a lot. He was a prophet to these towns in Galilee. But the people did not believe him. Like King Ahaz in our first reading today, they did not see Jesus in Jesus, the prophet of God. What they saw in Jesus was an ordinary Nazarene. However, my dear friends, don't think of prophets as people limited in the Bible. In Lumen Gentium, Vatican II's document on the Church, we are reminded that because of our baptism, we share in the prophetic role of Christ. Thus, we can say that you and me are prophets. And since we are prophets, God speaks to us. Now the question is, do you proclaim hope and encouragement like the prophet Isaiah and Jesus the prophet? Is your life really a prophet of God? Someone who sows hope, someone who sows encouragement in our troubled world today? That's the first question for reflection. And the second question is, since God speaks to prophets, and since we are all prophets here, then do we listen to one another? Kamong mga laiko, naminaw ba mo, namok na mga pari? But the valid question is also true. Kaming mga pari, naminaw ba mi ninyo? And why should we listen to one another? Because our theme reminds us, God speaks to prophets. And today, we are the prophets. We ask the intercession of Mary, Queen Beauty of Carmel, the faithful prophet of God, for she herself carried in her womb the Word of God made flesh. May we become like her, a faithful prophet up to the end